Oh, so quick and brisk and easy to go through two episodes, 283, but we miss our fellow compatriots. Hopefully they'll be back soon. So for me, if you know me, my never-ending quest to get through my discoveries, and I'm in the home stretch now. So here it is. Down to the final 4 or 5, really.
What do we have today?
And so one that's been waiting so long to be shared is COX Orange. Now, what is a band called COX Orange? Well, they only made one album, and it says right there they're fusion, and that's an accurate depiction. And isn't it better that you get to hear a little bit, right?
Yes.
So, you want to pick a song, man?
Oh, let's see. Fonts are too small. So how about
Dedication to Ironside, maybe?
another Rifa?
Okay, you asked for it. Here we go.
That is a family name on my mom's side of the family, the Russian side.
I gotta put the
Rifle.
sound share.
That's the Afro beat.
Second cuts usually get down to business, yeah.
Nice.
Could be another Team TV theme show, right? That gives you.
By the way, the anagram for that band would be Cargo Oxen.
Which is feels so opposite.
Yeah.
All right. So move on to the next one. Now, again, I want to remind anybody watching this video that I'm not trashing these literally. I have them saved on my portable hard drive. I'm just taking them off of my media player because I've already made CDRs out of them. And I want to move on, right? That's all I want to do. So that brings me to Ivory. Now, that first one was from 1978, and I neglected to say so. And for me, that was a big year of discovery. That was the year I discovered jazz fusion, was in 1978. And for a guy who was raised in rock and roll, that was a definite turn. And another turn that occurred about that same time in 77 was, discovering prog rock, right? And everybody knows the famous prog rock bands. But here's one, not so well known, an American one. They made one album back in 1978. And then this other album is kind of like the stuff that didn't get published almost 20 years later. That seems to be a trend for these one album wonder bands. So Ivory, what to play to sample the progressive rock of Ivory, which I liked enough to buy. Okay, all these bands I like them. Keen City seems to be jumping at my face right now, so we'll go there. That's the title of the didn't get published album. Let's see what it's like. It's longer, probably gonna have an intro. Obviously keyboardish. get the idea. These guys were going epic, at least when it comes to a 12-minute cut, but they got shorter cuts too. So they have the Tangerine Dream moods, mood pieces.
Sounds like Tangerine Dream.
Yeah. But then they also have the early Genesis vocals. What a combination.
Yeah.
All right.
Sound like Peter Gabriel. Yep.
Yeah. Those not quite perfect singing, but still interesting. Okay. Another one that's been waiting a long time is The Lift. Those are the three that have been waiting the longest. This is another prog rock band. Same story. They made an album in 1990 and regrouped 10 years later. But if you look carefully, you'll see that I made a buying boo-boo, because the second album is a combination of the first album and a second album. So I didn't need to buy the first album. But the only difference is that on the new album, they put tracks 1 and 2 together. Why? Why? I can't explain that. All I can do is play you a snip of The Lift. See what they sound like. I'm gravitating toward The Mask, because that's the title of a Brand X album. Let's see if they sound anything like Brand X real quick. It seems like a moody piece. Spacey. Still got the rock. A little pompous, a little majestic. That sounds like Renaissance. They're lifting from Renaissance. That's why they're called The Lift.
Reminds me that a friend of mine and I decided a while back, many years ago, that any instrumental music makes great background music for surf videos. You know,
that's so true.
Any instrumental piece.
You're making me think of Jade Warrior. There's a video on YouTube. There, it's just an instrumental, like you're saying, and on the video, it's nothing but off-road bikers doing their jumps to the music.
Action sports and stuff like that. Yeah.
It goes real good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So those are the three that waited the longest, and I've only got 2 more. I could just finish these off today. Might be something to do. This is kind of related. This is something that's not so well known, but they made it obvious on the second record cover, and that is that Klaus Schulze had an alternate identity, Richard Wahnfried. I guess when he didn't want to be thought of as Klaus Schulze, right? So is it any different? Well, if you look at those times, they're amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Long excursions. I mean, the first one from 81, they're all at least 13 minutes, less than 20. And then it goes a step farther for 86. You have meditation and MIDI action. I'm not sure how those mean, because he's a German guy. Maybe those are German words. So I'll just play you. Oh, they do have English translations here on the first one. Momentum, pressure, Angry Young Boys, that's English to begin with. I remember that one is uncharacteristic of the rest. I mean, the rest sounds like an alternate version of Tangerine Dream, but Angry Young Boys is different. So I'm going to play it. See if it makes us think of anybody else. Good job, both.
Summer love, come on, taste me. it? Yeah. Come on, taste me. Some love. It's good sauce. You're a good girl.
So that's a 13-minute excursion.
I found out that Wahnfried, I just Googled it up here.
Yeah. What does it mean?
Wahnfried is a German, it's like a portmanteau word. Wahn, W-A-H-N, translates into delusion as in madness.
Okay.
R-I-E-D means peace. So we have madness and peace and freedom. Interesting, kind of fitting.
He must have chosen it on purpose.
I bet he did.
Yeah, so that was an interesting diversion from his music. A little edgier. And finally, from Spain, I've been really into these guys, Entropia. They're pretty new, actually, pretty contemporary. The first album came out in 2018. They have a new album just came out, 2023. And this band was a huge debt to Pink Floyd. Even though I look at those titles, and the only one I think is in English is Invisible or Polaris. So it's between one of those two for me. I'm going to go with Invisible because I'm just curious with that title. What is the sound of invisibility?
This band had some classical training.
Tasty for something that's only 6 minutes long. It does have some excursion quality. I'm a big fan of Mind Journey music. Yes.
When you anagram this band, you get a protein or atropine, which is a tropane alkaloid and anti-cholinergic medication used to treat certain types of nerve agent and pesticide poisonings.
Yeah. We got to let these guys know.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to play a snip of the new album just to show you how harder edge it is. And then we'll be done for today. Where was that title again? Polaris. Let's see if this is an example of that hard edge business. Looks like the bassist has discovered how to record.
Grateful Dead a little bit.
Man, if only Yes sounded that good nowadays. Oh, well. So, you want something prog yet youthful? Entropia is for you.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I pretty much cleaned house. I was just dipping back into Duder's catalog. I don't know if you ever heard of Duder, but he's a flute player from Germany and has I think he's got 54 albums over the past 4 decades.
Holy cow.
And I bought 17 of them. I had 9 up until yesterday, but I bought some of his earlier ones today and enjoyed them immensely. They're a little more harder edge than his later material, which is more meditative, right? Hard edge is too much to say. It's just that they're more vibrant and active, and the newer albums are more reflective. That's what I really mean. So I'm not going to play any Duder because he's too famous. Thank you for helping me clean house, Jim.
You're welcome. When I think of bands from Spain, those guys are from Spain, right?
Yeah, Entropia from Spain. They're really good.
A band called Carmen and an album called Fandangos in Space.
Yeah, I got that one. I talked about that one on a past episode. Yeah. And the best thing I forgot to mention was that Entropia, name your price on Bandcamp.
That's amazing.
So I get those albums for like 50 cents.
You know, if you sell 500,000 albums at 50 cents, you know, those guys are hauling in some.
Yeah, they're doing better than if it was just on one of those streaming services. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
All
people that play music at that level, the amount of practice that it takes is just incredible. I mean,
yeah, they don't get what they're worth, but who
Yeah.
does? You know, very few people get what they're worth.
right.
All right, so do your bit, everybody. Look for music, new or old. You can place it on the Facebook group, Find Music. Easy to do. And of course, catch our back episodes if you want to find some of those bands that we've been talking about, that we talked about in past episodes. But I think in the future, what I'm going to do, if I don't find enough new material, I might revisit some of those bands that just didn't get enough time, and they deserve more. Leave it
I'm
at that.
thinking about the same thing.
Yeah, we should do that. All right. Thank you again, Jim.
Thank you, Don. Take care.